After Shannen Doherty's latest health update, fans were left completely heartbroken. Famous for her breakout roles in Beverly Hills 90210 and Charmed, Shannen Doherty has undoubtedly made her mark on TV history. And the actor even continued to work after she was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2015, subsequently revealing that she was in remission in 2017. But in 2020, she confessed that her health is in jeopardy once again. Winning that 2015 cancer battle, it seems, left the star with a very positive mindset. It opened me up. It taught me about myself, she told Health.com in 2019. And it changed me as a human being forever. Indeed, Doherty seemed to handle her diagnosis with aplomb, using the hashtag #CancerSlayer in social media updates about her health. That very public cancer journey began with a trip to the doctors after Doherty discovered a lump in her breast. She subsequently underwent a biopsy and a scan before being faced with an anxious wait. When I got the results, I was in the car with my mom, she recalled. Then I started crying. And from there, I just put together a team, Doherty continued. Her physicians put her on a course of treatment, including anti-estrogen therapy. It seems the hormone can actually encourage tumor growth. This therapy comes with its own issues, however. The hormones I went on threw my body into menopause instantly, Doherty revealed. My metabolism came to a screeching halt and I put on a ton of weight. Next came the surgical part of her treatment, but that didn't quite go to plan either. Both Doherty and her team hoped that simply removing the tumor would go a long way to helping her recovery. However, the discovery of a number of growths meant that a far more serious course of action was now necessary. The star consequently faced the removal of her breast in a mastectomy procedure. Doherty had a single breast mastectomy in May 2016. From there, she endured both chemo and radiation treatment. That meant, though, that her hair fell out. I remember I got in the shower to wash my hair and it just started coming out in clumps, she explained. It was like, oh my God, this is real. As a result, the star made a drastic choice. Right away, I made the decision to shave my head, Doherty explained. My friend came over and she shaved it. We laughed and we cried. She shaved it in stages, so it was like a page boy, then punk rock, shaved on both sides. It was a fun experience, considering that I was devastated. With her treatment going well, the star then faced another milestone the following year. As a result of Doherty's mastectomy, she needed surgery to reconstruct her missing breast. Instead of a silicone implant, however, the star chose a different approach. She opted to use her own tissue in the rebuilding of her body. You have to replace implants, and I want to go under the knife as little as humanly possible, she said. The procedure wasn't without its drawbacks, however. The complicated reconstruction surgery left Doherty feeling like Frankenstein, she recalled. For me, the hardest part is the scars, the star revealed. Every time I get out of the shower, I look and it's like, oh my God. But at least it seemed as though all the pain had been worth it. With the help of Doherty's extended support system, which included her husband, mom, and her social media family, the star was getting better all the time. And the decision to take her Insta followers on her journey, it seems, was a positive one. It was just about being as honest as possible, she stated. And then it became very important to me that I was there for people who were going through it. Moreover, it appears that there was another positive result from Doherty's decision to go public. I get a little less trolls and haters on social media now, so that's good, she revealed. And the star has a theory as to why that might be. I think because cancer stripped me of my defense mechanisms, it allowed people to see all sides of me. What's more, not long after the reconstruction surgery, Doherty announced that she was in remission. She'd seemingly beaten cancer. And as she said in 2019, it had changed her perception of life and herself. In fact, it had also had a profound effect on the star's relationship with her own body, in sickness and in health. While Doherty was ill, the toll on her body was huge. Chemo put weight on me, she revealed. Plus, the chemo and radiation drain collagen right out of your skin, so you age really quickly. Cancer also had one other lasting effect on the star, ending the chances of something she's wished for her entire life. I've always wanted a kid, Doherty admitted, but it's not possible for me to get pregnant because I can't get out of menopause. That would require estrogen, and I'm choosing not to take hormone pills. I can't risk those levels coming up. Indeed, that could in turn lead to the cancer's return. Nonetheless, the star hasn't let this change her positive mindset. Maybe I'm supposed to mother in a different way, she added, and that positive attitude extended to Doherty's general health as well. "I love that my body is strong and that it has the ability to fight something like cancer," she added. "I'm trying to show it more appreciation by going to a nutritionist and doing strength training and boxing almost every day." Even during that cancer battle, Doherty continued to work as she has since she was a child. At just 11 years of age, the actor made her small screen debut in Western drama Father Murphy, and then appeared on the short-lived sci-fi show Voyagers. From there, she was cast in US TV classic Little House on the Prairie. That same year, Doherty voiced a character in the fantasy animation The Secret of Nim. In the process, the budding star worked alongside the likes of Derek Jacobi, Dom DeLuise, and a pre-Star Trek The Next Generation, Will Wheaton. Critics loved the movie, and there's even talk of a remake helmed by the team behind Avengers: Infinity War. From there, Doherty appeared in a classic 1980 show Airwolf and Magnum P.I. But her big break came in 1988 with a lead role in the blackest of comedies, Heathers, alongside Winona Ryder, now considered one of the decade's best movies. Her performance put the young star on the radar of one Aaron Spelling. Spelling was looking for actors to cast in his new show, Beverly Hills 90210. Doherty nabbed the lead female role, Brenda, and would be playing opposite Jason Priestley as her twin brother Brandon, as well as Jenny Garth, Luke Perry, and Brian Austin Green. The show aired both at home and internationally from 1990, propelling her to stardom. Doherty spent 4 years on Beverly Hills 90210 in all. During that time, her character went to France, almost got married in Vegas, was arrested, and even moved to London. Brenda would become perhaps the star's most iconic role, a part that she would reprise more than once. And a year after leaving the show, she appeared in yet another classic movie. Starring as Renee in the Kevin Smith rom-com Mallrats in 1995, alongside Ben Affleck and Jason Lee, introduced the star to a whole new audience. And while the mall-centric movie bombed at the box office, it quickly became a cult staple on DVD. A few years later, though, Doherty was back on the small screen. If Brenda is Doherty's most iconic role, then her character in another Spelling-produced hit show comes as close second. Portraying Prue Hollowell, the mightiest of the three witchy stars in Charmed, earned the star critical acclaim and awards over the course of her 4-year involvement. The series itself has since achieved cult status and remains one of the top shows to binge upon on various streaming services. Doherty went back to Beverly Hills in 2008 for a guest appearance on 90210, a spin-off from the original series. She, of course, again played Brenda, now a successful actress and back in town to direct the school musical. From there, the actor took part in the 2010 season of Dancing with the Stars. Unfortunately, though, she was the first celeb to leave. Back on familiar ground in 2016, Doherty appeared in a reboot of Heathers. In the new version, reimagined for TV, she played the parent of one of the eponymous clique's new members. The show, however, wasn't aired for 2 years due to its macabre content. Then in 2019, Doherty once again went back to Beverly Hills in another spin-off, BH 90210. In a meta twist, though, the show focused on the real-life actors behind the characters, following them as they launch a fictional reboot of the original series. Almost all the original cast returned for the season, with the exception of Luke Perry. The actor who played Dylan McKay in the show died unexpectedly before shooting started. During filming for BH 90210, however, it seems that Doherty was hiding a secret about her health. Nonetheless, looking at the show, you'd never guess that anything was amiss. But in February 2020, the star gave a revealing interview explaining her health status. Appearing on ABC News, the star said, "I have stage 4. My cancer came back and that's why I'm here." Doherty's stage 4 breast cancer diagnosis is as life-threatening as the disease gets. That means tumors have spread around the body, most often to the brain, liver, and lungs. In the star's case, they had appeared in her bones. There's currently no cure for this advanced level of the condition, but that doesn't mean there's no hope. Treatment options for stage 4 cancer includes immuno and hormone therapies, and while the condition can of course be fatal, patients are nonetheless living for longer than at any point previously. And not only that, they can also work as well, which is something Doherty was determined to prove. As it turned out, the star had already been living with the diagnosis for a year. "I thought when the diagnosis finally came out, I will have worked," she stated. People can look at that and say, "Oh my God, yeah, she can work, and other people with stage 4 can work too." We still have some living to do. During the interview, Doherty also revealed that she'd often thought about this very outcome. "In the back of my head, I was always suspecting that this is going to happen," she admitted, "but I had definitely, in another way, convinced myself that I had it beaten." The diagnosis was, she added, a bitter pill to swallow. Of course, Doherty was already aware of her condition when Luke Perry died in 2019 following a severe stroke. During her interview, the star described her reaction to his passing. "I thought, why wasn't it me?" she admitted. "It was so weird for me to be diagnosed and then somebody who was seemingly healthy to go first. It was really shocking." The interviewer then asked Doherty how she made it through the BH90210 shoot. She had a very simple initial reply: "Brian Austin Green." It seems her co-star, one of the few people aware of her diagnosis, made things a little bit easier. "I had moments of great anxiety where I thought, I can't really do this," Doherty added. "Brian was my buddy, like, we got this, kiddo." While Doherty's 2015 battle with cancer had seemed to leave her full of positivity, on this occasion things were different. "I think the first time around I found some really beautiful, positive ways to look at it. I was the true warrior. I was the cancer slayer," the star explained. "This is the much more difficult one to deal with. I'm grappling. I haven't found my path and my peace. I want to be like, hey, I'm so positive and so peaceful," Doherty continued. "But I also think what an incredible disservice to everybody else going through this is if I put forth something completely false." Doherty then told the show that treatment for condition consisted of basically a chemo pill that you take 21 days on and then 7 days off, a hormonal blocker, and then a shot once a month to prevent fractures. That's the biggest thing with cancer in the bones. It just starts breaking down your bone. It seems, however, that Doherty's public discussion of her condition was prompted by something altogether unrelated to cancer. While involved in a court case with an insurance company, she discovered that her health status was about to be made public, and as she told ABC News, "I'd rather people hear it from me." "I don't want the reveal to be a court document," Doherty continued. "I want it to be real and authentic. I want to control the narrative. I'm pretty scared." Given her diagnosis, that's entirely understandable. And during the heartbreaking interview, the actor described the strength being shown by those closest to her. "I have the most amazing support system," Doherty said. "My mom is a ridiculously strong, courageous human being. So is my husband, but I worry about him." At that point, the star couldn't control her tears. Clearly, the thought of leaving her loved ones was too much. Despite all that, though, Doherty still has one ambition. "The thing I want to do the most right now is I want to make an impact and want to be remembered for something bigger than just me," Doherty said. Having shown the world her incredible strength, whether this is a fight she wins or loses, many people will no doubt feel she's already part of something bigger. The world is filled with stories going viral every single day. But how many of these sites can you actually follow? We understand that your day should start with positive stories, stories that resonate with you. And so we started JoJo Stories. Our mission is to create meaningful stories that cover everything from animals to anthropology, history to environment and lifestyle. The kind of content you read on our site will be one you'll want to share with your family and friends. We hope you'll join our growing family and be part of our community. Welcome to JoJo Stories. JoJoStories.com.